I grew up in a family of 4, and around 15 I spent a summer with my aunt, and she had grown up in the Catholic Church as well, and as an adult she moved to Florida and became born again. So I grew up hearing about my aunt who was born again, not really having full understanding of what that was. But when visiting her, I would go to church with her. Things were starting to make sense. And it really wasn't until the church Eugene and I went to was doing a church-wide fast for 2 weeks, and that was the first for me. The pastor had encouraged us to focus on one person during this 2-week fast, and we decided to focus on my mom. My sister and my mom specifically were suffering, going through some really difficult things during that time, and just praying for them, but not letting them know I was praying for them. We had several conversations, probably over the course of about 6 months. I had seen her a few times, and I think the last time I had seen her, I invited her to come to church, and after that we had a very long conversation in the car, and she was angry. She still didn't believe yet, but she was just expressing her anger about, you know, how could everything that I've learned my whole life been wrong? And then she kind of was just like, so what do I have to do? I'm like, well, you really just have to believe. Like, it's a lot simpler than you may think it is. Definitely grew a lot just from that experience. At 12 o'clock when we broke a 2-week fast, that I had the privilege of praying with her for her salvation over the phone, because we did live apart from each other. In that moment, like while it was happening, it almost seemed surreal. While I was praying with her as she was accepting Christ, it almost seemed surreal. And I think it was after that I felt just such gratitude, you know. And then the events that happened after that, her speaking to my sister, you know, coming to Christ, and then my 2 aunts, my mom's sisters, coming to Christ. So it was just to watch this ripple effect over the course of maybe a year and a half. My aunt in Florida, who had a radical conversion when I was a child, when Eugene and I got married that same year, we went to visit them, and just sitting at the table with them, she was so excited to meet Eugene, and we immediately started like talking about the Lord, and her and my uncle just said that they had been praying for me since their conversion. I think I definitely grew a lot just from that experience with seeing God so faithful, and I think that I'm more easily able to ask for things that I may think are not worth asking for all the time. And I know that God cares about all of the things that are on my heart. So being more bold in what I'm praying for or who I'm praying for, and being more okay with if it's a no, like if it's not happening or if it's not happening yet, whatever that may be, whether it's something that I'm struggling with, or, you know, my kids, or, you know, a friend. It's just more staying tethered to Him through my prayer.